Assalaamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to 5 Minutes Tajweed with All Quran, where we strive to improve our recitation of the Holy Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the previous lessons, we have learned about 3 of the rules of Nun Sakinah and Tanwin, which are Izhar, Idgham, and Iqlab. Before we move on to the 4th rule, which is the Ikhfa, let us do a quick revision of the first 3 rules. Let's get started. Izhar, or in this case Izhar Halqi, occurs when Nun Sakinah or Tanwin meets 6 of the huruf hijaiyah. They are Hamza, Ha, Kha, Ain, Ghain, and Ha. Whenever Izhar occurs, the technique of reading this is to read it clearly without any ghunnah or idgham. An example of Izhar Halqi is from Surah An-Naba, verse 36, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا. In this case, we have Tanwin meets the huruf Ha. Next, Idgham means to merge, and it can be divided into 2 subcategories. The first category of Idgham is Idgham bila ghunnah, which means to merge only without any prolonged nasal sound. And this occurs when Nun Sakinah or Tanwin meets 2 huruf, which is Ra and Lam. An example of Idgham bila ghunnah is from Surah Al-Balad, verse 6, يَقُولُ أَهْلَكْتُ مَالًا لُبَدًا. In this case, Tanwin meets the huruf Lam. The next category of Idgham is Idgham bi ghunnah or Idgham ma'a ghunnah, which means to merge with a prolonged nasal sound. And this occurs when Nun Sakinah or Tanwin meets either one of these 4 huruf, Ya, Waw, Mim, or Nun. An example of Idgham bi ghunnah is from Surah Abasa, verse 13, في صحف مكرمة. And in this case, Tanwin meets the huruf Mim. Next, we have Iqlab. Iqlab means to transform, and Iqlab occurs when Nun Sakinah or Tanwin meets with the huruf Ba. The method of reading this is to transform the Nun Sakinah or Tanwin into a Mim sound, and Iqlab is easily recognizable in the Mushaf, as it is usually represented by a small mim like this. An example of Iqlab is from Surah Al-Humazah, verse 4, كَلَّا لَيُنبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. And in this case, a Nun Sukun meets the huruf Ba. Now, I'll show you a verse of the Quran, and can you try to identify if you can find any Izhar Halqi, Idgham, or Iqlab. Once you have identified these rules, try to read them correctly as how it was mentioned earlier. Ready? Let's go. First example is from Surah Yasin, verse 9. وَجَعَلْنَا مِن بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا فَأَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. Can you spot the Tajweed rules? Here they are. The first one is Hukum Iqlab, when Nun Sukun meets the huruf Ba. The second one is Idgham bi ghunnah, when Tanwin meets the huruf Waw. And the third one is an Izhar Halqi, when Nun Sukun meets the huruf Kha. Let's try another one. From Surah Al-Kafi, verse 2. قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ بَأْسًا شَدِيدًا مِّن لَّدُنْهُ وَيُبَشِّرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا. Can you spot the tajweed rules? Here they are. The first one is an idgham bila gunna, when tanwin meets the huruf lam. The next one is an idgham bi gunna, when tanwin meets the huruf mim. The third one is idgham bila gunna, when nun sukun meets the huruf lam. The fourth one is izhar halqi, when nun sukun meets the huruf ha. And the fifth one is another izhar halqi, when tanween meets the huruf ha. Well done. Let's try another one. From Surah Nuh, verse 1. Inna arsalna Nuhan ila qawmihi an anzir qawmaka min qabli an ya'tiyahum azabun alim. Can you spot the tajweed rules? Here they are. The first one is an izhar halqi, when tanween meets hamza. The second one is another izhar halqi, when nun sukun meets hamza. And the third one is an idgham bi gunna, when nun sukun meets the huruf ya. And the fourth one is an izhar halqi, when tanween meets the huruf hamza. Well done. Let's try another one. From Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 48. واتقوا يوما لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا ولا يقبل منها شفاعة ولا يؤخذ منها عدل ولا هم ينصرون. Can you spot the tajweed rules? Here are the answers. The first one is an idgham bila gunna, when tanween meets the huruf lam. The second one is an izhar halqi, when tanween meets the huruf ain. The third one is an idgham bi gunna, when nun sukun meets the huruf nun. The fourth one is an idgham bi gunna, when tanween meets the huruf waw. The fifth one here is an izhar halqi, when nun sukun meets the huruf ha. The sixth one here is an idgham bi gunna, when tanween meets the huruf waw. The seventh one here is an izhar halqi, when nun sukun meets the huruf ha. And the eighth one here is an idgham bi gunna, when the tanween meets the huruf waw. Do you get